Hey guys, ThinkingMaster51 here, or 1911 Man, here to do a video on one of my guns that I don't think you guys have seen a lot. This one. Wait. Now, I'm pretty sure this is in almost every video I've ever put up, so don't think it's this one. Ah, here it is. This. And, as you get your WTFs out, I would like to point out that this actually, I'm not going to tell you what this is. Actually, I will. I'm going to take that back. If you frequent Walmart and you've ever taken a gander at the Mossberg Combat Package by Soft Air, you will notice, or you will recognize this pistol by it being called a Compact 45. One of my friends bought this and left it at my house and has not come to pick it up. So, and he said he wanted them to be better than when he left. So what I did is I went and I modified them. This one. I don't know much about shotguns. I'm more of a handgun guy. Hence all my videos being about handguns. Except for my AGM M4 and a couple of those. Okay, so, what did I do with this pistol? This was kind of, I'm bored. I did this in maybe a couple of hours. And then obviously I painted the slide. Well, basically, I was taking a look at the pistol, and it was a little lackluster. I mean, obviously, it was a $40 package, so you get a see-through craptastic handgun and a craptastic shotgun. So, I was fiddling with it, I was messing around. I mean, it's a relatively comfortable handgun, but I have pretty meaty hands, and my hands are a little big, so it was a little not as great as I wanted it to be. So I took it upon myself to make it as realistic as possible. So what I did is I went in, and when you first get the handgun, there is just a one-piece slide, and it has just a spring around the barrel to rack back the slide, and then it goes forward, and then you pull the trigger. Well, there was no barrel hood, there was no breech, it was all part of the slide. So what I did is I cut out the place with the barrel hood and the breech, the breech. I'm having really big brain farts right now. It's kind of late. So I cut that out so you could do all kinds of things and you could put your finger in there. And then I had to add some plastic here for said barrel hood. I'm going to put 45 in there. I'm not sure when. I just super glued some plastic in there. So to fill it in, and you can see I did it up there. I'm going to shoot this in either silver or black, probably just black again because that's what I have. And then after that, I still had the problem with it had a little guide rod bump, but it didn't actually have a guide rod. That was empty in there. So I went in and got a piece of a bar piece for a hanger, or not even a hanger. It was something you stick on the wall and you hang things from it. I don't know what it's called. And I made a guide rod and used my Glock spring because it had a fatal meltdown. And so I made a guide rod and used the Glock spring. The other spring's still in there because when I shot the slide in black, it made it so that it was kind of difficult to rack back and forth. So there are two springs. There's one around the barrel, one here. And the guide rod's more or less just for looks. But it also kind of helps. I was gonna cut off the orange tip, but I think when I give this back to him, his mom's not gonna be too happy that I chopped off the orange tip. So I'm gonna keep that there. But the breech is not gonna stay looking like this. I just thought I'd give you guys an update, and it still shoots. I mean, it doesn't not shoot anymore. But unfortunately, with some of the work I did and how crappy the pistol is, the sear engagement for the piston or whatever back here, when you pull it, there you go, when you pull the trigger, or when you just let the slide go home like that, the gun would discharge. So, you know, that was kind of not okay. So, got a round craptastic .12, and then I'm going to shoot it. I actually had to cut the spring for the FPS, but I mean, you're not cranking out real good FPS from this thing anyway, so who cares? Gonna rack it back. And one thing I kind of added is sometimes with spring guns, there's like two stages. If you rack a gun and there's a round in there, And if you try to rack it on another BB, you can't do it. You actually have to pull further back and then go forward. I've actually disabled that. So now when you rack back, you can rack a round in, and then you can shotgun it so you can rack multiple rounds in. So there's the BB. And okay, just gonna shoot it. There it goes. Alright, and then we're gonna get another round. This time a real BB. Okay, let's take a gander. Oh, and we have a malfunction already, so yeah. Okay. Okay. So you can't slow load this, unfortunately, which means you have to pull the slide back and slam it home. So you can't just kind of guide it in. You got to pull back the slide and let go. So, and then we're just going to fire it again. You can kind of hear the weak power from this thing, but, you know. I still have to shoot it in an enamel coat, so it's kind of goopy. It kind of feels kind of goopy, kind of half-assed. So I'm going to put this in an enamel coat, and I might spray the frame, but I got to ask him because I don't know if his mom's going to be okay with him having an all-black gun. So, I mean, it's still going to have the orange tip and whatnot, but, you know. So, yeah, that's just been my day's worth project. So, yeah. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Oh, if you guys are curious as to what gun this is based off of, I believe it's based off of a Smith & Wesson Chief Special CS 45, considering it says 45, and the breech looks incredibly large. So, yeah. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.